For thousands of years, the story of Noah's Ark has stood at the intersection of faith, myth, and mystery. Described in the Bible as a massive wooden vessel built to survive a world-ending flood, it has inspired explorers, scientists, and theologians across generations. But in recent months, a new discovery buried deep within the mountains of Turkey has shocked the world, and some now believe we may be closer than ever to finding the real Ark. The traditional account places Noah's Ark atop Mount Ararat, a towering peak in eastern Turkey that has been the focus of countless expeditions and legends. But in 2023, a team of Turkish and American scientists turned their attention elsewhere, a lesser-known mountain ridge roughly 20 miles south of Ararat. Using ground-penetrating radar, they identified a massive, boat-shaped formation buried beneath layers of rock and soil. The dimensions of the object immediately raised eyebrows. According to the Book of Genesis, Noah's Ark was 300 cubits long, about 150 meters. The underground formation measured almost exactly that, 515 feet in length. Its shape was symmetrical, with clear angles and straight edges that do not naturally occur in geologic formations. And most intriguing of all, scans showed internal compartment-like chambers, suggesting it might not just be a coincidence of nature, but the remains of something deliberately built. When the team began analyzing core samples from the site, things became even more intriguing. Deep in the earth, they found fragments of petrified wood. Initial lab results confirmed the wood was ancient, possibly dating back to the early Bronze Age, between 2800 and 3000 BCE. Even more remarkably, the samples appeared to have been processed, bearing signs of human craftsmanship. It was no ordinary tree. This was timber shaped by tools. But wood wasn't the only anomaly. Soil samples taken from the region revealed the presence of marine sediment, tiny fossils, oceanic clay, and salt deposits, all located more than 6,000 feet above sea level. How could such materials exist in a mountainous desert unless, at some point, the area had been submerged? The implication was chilling. Some form of regional or even global flood may have occurred thousands of years ago, just as the ancient texts suggest. This wasn't the first time this mysterious formation had drawn attention. In fact, it was first photographed from the air back in 1959 by Turkish Army Captain Il. He noted the boat-like shape and alerted authorities. But at the time, scientific tools weren't advanced enough to examine it properly. The idea was shelved for decades. But now, with advanced imaging technology and fresh global interests, researchers have returned to the site, and they're re-seeing things that previous generations could only dream of. It's not just Christian scholars who are fascinated. Islamic texts also tell of a great flood and describe Noah's Ark landing on Mount Judy, a place many modern scholars believe may refer not to Ararat, but to this very area near Mount. For the first time, of course, the discovery hasn't been without controversy. Skeptics argue that the formation is simply a natural rock feature, an example of where the brain interprets random shapes as meaningful patterns. They point to similar discoveries over the years that turned out to be hoaxes, misinterpretations, or exaggerations. But this time, the evidence is harder to dismiss. Symmetrical structure, fossilized wood, tool marks, marine fossils, all in one location. Even longtime critics have admitted this site demands serious scientific attention. What makes the discovery even more profound is how it could connect with global traditions. Flood myths appear in over 200 ancient cultures around the world, from the Epic of Gilgamesh in Mesopotamia, to the Hindu tale of Manu, the Aztec flood stories, the Chinese myth of Nu, and tribal accounts from Africa, Australia, and the Americas. All tell of a time when the earth was swallowed by water, and a chosen few survived in a great vessel. Could it be that these are more than myths, that they are fragmented memories of a real event, passed down and reshaped over millennia? This isn't just about proving the Bible true or false. It is about uncovering a chapter of human history that may have been lost. A moment when civilization stood on the brink of extinction. A moment so traumatic, so epic, that it echoed across every continent and culture. Now, with global interest surging, Turkish authorities are being urged to approve a full-scale excavation of the site. Teams are preparing. International archaeologists and historians are ready to descend on Mount Tendruk with one mission: to find out what really lies beneath the earth. If the structure is confirmed to be man-made, and even remotely linked to the Ark, it would become the single greatest archaeological discovery of the 21st century. So, was Noah's Ark real? Did a man truly build a vessel to save his family and the creatures of the earth from a world-ending flood? For now, we don't have all the answers. But what we do have is a mystery that's more alive than ever. And in the mountains of Turkey, buried beneath ancient soil, may lie the truth, waiting to be uncovered. Whether you believe in divine intervention, ancient engineering, or shared cultural memory, one thing is clear. The legend of Noah's Ark is no longer just a story. It's a question, and the search for its answer has only just begun.